If you've looked in the mirror today, it might already be too late. Hi everyone, it's Em. Today's video is 2 quick stories, so let me know which one you prefer. Story 1. No, mirrors are not a paranormal portal to a dark dimension. They're mirrors. They reflect light. The issue is when you think you're looking into a mirror that isn't really there. The mirrors in your home? Probably fine. Dirty mirrors with smudges on it? Probably fine. Mirror on a wall where you know what's on the other side? Definitely fine. But if you see a clean mirror in public on a wall that you can't get behind, stay away from it. Do not look at it. Do not look at the thing pretending to be you. That is not you. I can't say for certain who is orchestrating this, nor do I know why businesses and public bathrooms are agreeing to it. But more and more establishments are building identical bathrooms next to existing ones. I know this because I'm one of the contractors who keeps being hired for this. I have built 3 bathrooms so far, each of which we were told to pay meticulous attention to detail and to build an exact mirror image of an existing bathroom. At first, it didn't seem too strange. The places probably just needed space for more toilets. Perhaps they were getting a lot of customers. The first job was for a generic public restroom in my local town center. The second job was in a restaurant a couple of miles away. The third was for the university of a neighboring city. The fact that each of these separate and very different locations had the exact same request was unsettling, but it was money. Why wouldn't we accept? A few days into the third contract, I was in my local town center purchasing supplies for the job. I needed to use the bathroom, so I made my way to the public ones. They're a little hidden through an alleyway, the type you definitely wouldn't use at night. When I got there, I noticed the bathroom that I had helped build was simply not there. They had filled the doorway back in with bricks and cement. It was as if it was never there. I figured they'd realized that having 2 identical bathrooms was silly. They'd probably got some people to knock down the shared wall between them to turn it into one larger bathroom facility. But no. Once I was standing inside, it was the exact same size as before. The shared wall, the one with the mirror across, was still there. They'd hardly even cleaned the place up. It was all as filthy as ever, all except for the mirror. The mirror was crystal clear. It didn't make sense. This would indicate a terrible job had been done. However, we had been paid on time and didn't receive any complaints. As far as my team and I are aware, we did everything perfectly fine. I couldn't understand why they would hide it away, but it wasn't my job to understand. We got paid. And it's up to the client what they do with the work once we leave. We collect 50% of the payment up front and the other 50% when completed. Once we were done with the third contract, we had to chase up with the restaurant. They still not paid us the second half and hadn't even been in contact to tell us why. I made my way down the same day we completed the university bathroom. The restaurant wasn't too busy as it's not a very popular place. I had been surprised when they needed the double bathroom capacity. As I made my way up to the counter, I noticed that the new restroom we had built was not labeled as such. The door was still there. They had not hidden it like the public bathroom, but a sign on at Red Supply Closet, staff only. Nobody was at the counter yet. No staff were in sight. Just 2 customers who weren't even paying me any attention. So I pushed the door gently open, and it was not a supply closet. It was the bathroom we had built. I stepped in slowly. Something about the whole situation felt odd. This was the second place trying to hide our work. As I stepped into the center of the room and looked towards the mirror, I noticed no reflection. I stepped slowly towards the sink and stood in front of them staring. It was as if I was waiting to see myself, but I wasn't there. I reached out and my hand went right through. There was no mirror here at all. This was a cutout into the next room. For some reason, I felt that I had to prove that to myself as I climbed through into the original bathroom and stood facing away from the mirror. My only explanation was, again, perhaps that they decided to knock down the shared wall to simply expand the room. I figured they must only be halfway finished. This explanation was short-lived as I turned back around and saw my reflection looking back at me. By this point, confused was an understatement. I wasn't scared either. I was unsettled, but more than anything, I just didn't understand what was going on. I reached out and sure enough, my hand met my reflection. At this point, I began to wonder whether the mirror was slide away for any reason, like a secret passage between the rooms. That was until I realized my hand hadn't felt the cold touch of a mirror surface, but the warm and soft feeling of another person's hand. My face dropped. My eyes glazed over with fear. I don't know how terrified I looked because my reflection had stopped copying me. He smiled. His hand clasped around mine as I tried to pull away. Our fingers were interlocked as he began to slowly climb through. I truly think I had been done for, had it not been for the door swinging open at that point. "Oh hey, I thought I saw you came in. You're here because we didn't pay you for the other half room, right? My reflection returned to normal, and I backed away from the mirror. My heart was beating out of my chest, and I couldn't keep my gaze off myself. You like the mirror? I was able to look at him as he continued to speak to me. We didn't want the new bathroom. I can't really get into details about why we got it. We were forced to and threatened by a third party. They even gave us the money to pay you. Maybe it's some legal loophole for them to get a tax write-off somehow. I won't pretend to understand it. I was able to find words somewhere in my head. So you have the money? Well, that's the thing. We were already in debt. Business hasn't been great. We've spent it all, but we will get you the money. I promise. It's okay. Keep it. I walked out of there without turning back, despite being pretty sure I could hear the manager shouting to me. I do not believe these things in the mirrors to be human. I don't know how. I don't know why, but someone is trying extremely hard to allow these to mimic us without being noticed. Right there in front of your eyes. Something pretending to be you, and you wouldn't even bat an eye. For whatever reason, it is important that they be allowed to copy people, and this is the best they could come up with. So the next time you find yourself in front of a spotlessly clean mirror, don't touch it. They don't like to be noticed. See, I was just scared of using mirrors in public, because I didn't want someone to be seeing me pick my teeth because I can't see them. Now I have to worry about another version of myself coming out and attacking me? Sounds like the movie Us, and I'm not here for it. Can't wait to go get dressed and try to avoid the mirror as much as possible after this. Story 2. Rules from my new sibling. Hello, I know you may be confused as to why you're here. Everyone else was too. This is a dream. I know. You get many dreams, whether you remember them or not, but this time it is different. You need to listen to these rules very carefully. Otherwise, Father will get very upset and you won't wake up. 1. Never leaves our room during the day. If you must go to school or work, your schedule will continue as normal here. Leave through the window. It'll be safe that way. We also will be sharing our room, no matter how old you are. Don't ask for another room. Father will get mad and punish you. You don't want that. 1A. Always make sure Father and dog are inside the house. If you have to leave and you cannot wait until night, check the whole backyard from our window to see if anybody is there. If you cannot see Father or dog and do not hear either, jump. I know room is high, but you'll see that there's a row of bushes below the window. They'll help break your fall. 1B. If Father or dog are outside, stay in. If you see either Father or dog, stay in our room and call into school or work sick. Do this every time they're there, unless you want to be beaten or mauled. 1C. Look after your needs at night. If you need a bathroom or need food, wait until the sun sets. After that, you'll be completely safe. Well, almost. If you need the bathroom during the day, it's best to go in the corner. I know, it's gross. Everyone else has said that, but it's the best thing for you. You'll get used to the smell, eventually. 2. Mother is rarely home. However, when she is, you will be completely safe at all times. Be nice to her, and she will care for you greatly, even giving you homemade sweet treats. Father and dog aren't going to do anything to upset her. It's like the dog is a human herself. 3. Do not feed the dog anything. That is my job. If she eats anything she shouldn't, she will get severely ill. Father will blame me and I'll be punished. Please don't feed her. It hurts so much. If I could be, I would be dead already. 4. In the bathroom, at night, if you see a pool of blood on the floor, ignore it and go about your business. It is just brother. He's very clumsy and often spills things. You can bring it up with him if you offer to clean it. It may mean brother helps you with Father. 4A. If there's blood in the sink, that means Father is awake. Go back to bed instantly. If you then hear Father walking past our bedroom door, hide under the bed and hope the monster's in a good mood. He usually is if you haven't made too much noise. If he is in a good mood, Father won't see you if he comes into the room. If he isn't, well, you'll find out. He'll push you out to Father. I'm sorry. 5. Never make too much noise. Following on, never make more noise than necessary during the day. Unless Mother's here. It will upset Father as well as the monster. I know that cold you have is annoying, but don't cough or sneeze or sniffle while the sun is up. After sunset, all is fine. If you are too loud, Father will punish you. You don't want to be punished. It is worse than you can imagine. I've lost countless brothers and sisters that way. 6. Don't complain to anybody about Father. Nobody can help except for one. Mother has no power and Father can hear. Brother has no power and Father can hear. Brother will only help if you leave the house by distracting Father. If you offer to clean up his mess. You don't need to know how. The one person who can help you get out of here permanently is our next door neighbor. However, I can't tell you which house it is. You must also go during the day, as neither will be awake or friendly at night. 6A. You need to go to the elderly neighbor. If you go to the elderly neighbor and tell him 70, he will know who you are. That is our house number. he will welcome you in. And once you go through the door, you'll realize you're in your bedroom. You've woken up, well done. However, if you go into the wrong house and meet the young neighbor, she won't help you no matter what you say. Even if she says she will call father. He will come to her house and he will kill you. There's nothing you can do. I'm sorry. 6B. It won't matter much anyway. Only one person has escaped from here that way. I miss him. He was my best friend, but I knew he had to go. He couldn't deal with father. 6C. No matter what, don't let the dog follow you. Even if you find the elderly neighbor's house, the dog will kill you if she finds you outside. You don't want to be brought to your brother, do you? You've seen the aftermath. If you don't want to risk finding the neighbor, I have good news for you. You only have to survive a month here. Oh no, don't panic. As long as you follow these rules every day, you'll be right as rain. Please stop crying. He will hear. He knows that. Oh dear, he's coming. I'm sorry. Okay. This sounds like one of those choose-your-own-adventure games where you have to follow the rules set forth or you die in the game. But as I was reading this, I was thinking about how I could, in theory, escape. And all I came up with is escaping at night. Mainly because I feel like I'd be too loud and alert father somehow. Did anyone else have any thoughts on how they would do it? Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.